What's up, people? It's your boy Raleigh Escobar holding it down for y'all once again, and y'all are tuning into the Just Send It podcast, the podcast created to change perspectives, explore new concepts and themes, while having that timeless conversational appeal that will leave you rushing back for more. I'm your host, Raleigh Escobar, and this is episode 1 of the podcast. So, without further ado, let's cue intro, please. Good, fam. You alright, man? You chilling, man? Yeah, yo, I'm good, yo. I'm good, yo. You know, Gucci, you know, out here maintaining, trying to do my thing, yo. It's good to know, man. What's good, fam? You good? Yeah, I'm good, yo. You know, try and flood the streets or whatever. You know how we do, man. We just try, we try to elevate. Briefcase state of mind, So this is episode 1 of the Just Send It podcast, and I'm here with my sweetest taboo, the sweetest girl I ever knew, the wonderful Kurama, Ash Blossom herself, Ashley. So, Ashley, what's up? Let's get into it. Introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for letting me on. My name's Ashley. Like, I'm 26, about to turn 27 in October. Libra life for life, I guess. But
them Libras, yo.
All about Libra season, yo.
I love the Libras because I'm always attracted to the Libras, but the indecisiveness of the Libras just bothers me.
Look, it bothers us too. We can't help it.
I feel
we gotta weigh our options.
Y'all weigh all the options. Like Libras weigh all the options.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Libras gotta weigh all the options, boy. All the options. That don't be crazy. Like down to the little minute detail. Like this color is red, but this color is red too. But when you turn the lights off, it's still red. And they be looking like, what are we doing? But that's doing crazy.
I've been wanting about everything.
I actually been wanting to do like a podcast episode with you for like a while, because like we talk about damn near anything from like this anime stuff to like more like intelligent conversations to like social conversations, like what's going on in the media, family, relationships, and some more stuff. And like every conversation we have is like at minimum like 2 hours long, give or take, to the point you be like, all right, yo, like, damn, we've been on the phone for 2 hours. Like, yo, I gotta hit you back. Like every
2 hours
be like that. And then like it'd be like, dang, that joint is just it's so cool, because it's like you don't never really get like mad or triggered, and you be like really like coming with the facts and objectively, and like, dang, this person like really kind of like understands, like, yeah, the world is fucked up, or that situation is fucked up, but this is kind of fucked up too. And I can kind of like see why you say that. So I was like, yo, dang, like Ash is like one of the best people to talk to. I don't know. That's just your spirit. It could be the Libra nature. It could be your last name. We got the same last name or something like that. And
it's all of it.
Us Robinsons just cut from a different cloth, baby. No, I think I know what it is, right? Because I put it in my show notes. I said, so like for me, right? It seemed like you got this kind of like hired gun persona, right? So like you kind of like whatever party pays the highest is like the side that you take. So it can be like I could be beefing with Kev, and you could be like, yo, I'm neutral until somebody put up dollar signs or a bottle of vodka or some liquor or some bag of chips. Like,
I mean, yeah, like you gotta like look at all sides, like whether it's really something you really gonna benefit or gain or risk and shit and everything. You gotta see everything first. Like you gotta hear everybody else.
And I understand that. I'm looking like, man, Ash is kind of like, she kind of like a low key like gangster on the low, like monster. Like if you want to do business with her, you gotta make it very lucrative, and then she may take your side. So it's like you can't be like, but I'm your best friend, and I've been best friends with you for a while. Like, okay, G, that's cool, but like, what we talking? We talking liquor? We talking like dollar signs? We talking about video games? Like, what we doing?
I about to say, am I about to get in trouble? Is this gonna cost me money? Like, cause this side don't look like it's gonna cost money.
Yeah.
Like,
every time I mess with you, I gotta be like, yo, you don't even gotta worry about it. Like, you want this the positives. This is what you're gonna get out of it. It's gonna cause minimum work on your side. You like, okay. I really got something to deal for you, because if not, you're gonna be looking like, nah, G, I'm not with it.
I'm not trying to come out stupid or any kind of way, yo. Like, I'm like, I gotta know all the facts. I gotta know the terms and agreements.
So for our first little segment, right? I wanted to do like a quick hit segment. So I actually bought this big cube full of like questions that I typically can ask. But this is a dope little question, little scenario thing that somebody at my job actually gave me. So
Okay.
you can pick one superpower, right? However, I get to pick the side effect of that superpower. So what superpower would you like to pick?
Shit. Okay, because that honestly made it a little bit harder. Because usually I'm like, okay, someone asks like, "What's your favorite superpower?" or like, "What superpower you want?" I'd be like, it has to either be teleportation, so I can get the fuck out of Dodge, or or shadow manipulation powers, like the Shikamaru type stuff and everything. Like that
Okay.
should be cool. So I'd be like, yeah, I want like either one of those, but see, but now you make me think like my hero is shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I know them quirks they do got some side effects.
They got some drawbacks to them, yeah, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
use it too much. So
And I'm
yeah.
like, do I really I gotta choose which one, because like I can't just have anything. That's really going It's gonna be a double-edged sword right there.
Mm-hmm.
um, you know what? I think teleportation gonna
You
get
think
me that money. Like,
teleportation will get you to that money? Okay. So you have the
um,
power to teleport anywhere in the world. You can do that. However, every time you arrive at your location, arrive upside down.
are you serious? I'm gonna
Yeah.
land on my head every time.
Every time, like every time you teleport somewhere, you gonna land upside down on your head.
My superhero outfit is gonna require a helmet.
Now, what what could be dope is like when you about to teleport, like if you about to teleport from here to like New York City, if you do like uh a backflip and then you teleport, you may land on your feet. But if you upright and you teleport, you gonna land on your head.
Shit.
That's crazy.
So everybody really gonna be like, "Hey, yo, do a flip." Boop. I
Every
just like appear somewhere else, and they're like, "Hey."
every time you teleport, and if you this imagine this imagine like you saving like a bus full of kids, right? Or you saving an old lady and you grab her and you teleport with her.
No.
That means when you land, when you come out of your dimension, y'all both gonna land on top of your head every time. That's gonna be
What?
crazy.
Yo, be like, "Oh damn, yo, Grandma, are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm okay, baby. Like, oh shit, damn, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Oh man, when my coworker told me about this joy, I said, "Yeah, that's so dope." If I
yeah.
was to pick a power, mm, mm, mm. If I was to pick a power, I would probably even pick maybe you know super speed or like wind manipulation. So let's go with the wind manipulation, and you get to pick the side effect.
Mm, okay. When um mm, see, I don't know, because I'm like, do I want to be stupid, or do I want to be like, oh, this you have to consider what you do with your powers and shit. Like,
Mm.
um, Shoot. Okay. So you got wood manipulation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So every time you use your powers, you make a tornado that you cannot control.
Like in my vicinity,
Mm.
every time I
And
use it.
that might depend on like how strong you use it because it could probably turn into like a typhoon
So it
if
scales with
you
my
really use.
power.
Yep, it scales with your power.
Uh and I can't control it. It just is what it is. Dang.
Yep.
I'm like,
So like you better hope that lasts like maybe like 5 minutes,
wait, so
2 minutes.
how long do it typically last? So like is a time limit on how long the tornado like kind of lasts based off how much I use it?
Mm, let's see. I probably say for every 5 minutes, you're gonna see like you're gonna start seeing that start to build up and everything like within your vicinity. So like
Oh,
every 5 minutes, like you're gonna start to see like the clouds start to like gather and shit. 10 minutes later,
man.
that thing starts spiraling a little bit. You like, oh snap! Like 15 minutes, it's halfway about to touch the ground. 20
Dang.
minutes, it touchdown.
Is that the intelligent drawback or that's the retarded drawback?
Mm, like, what do you mean? Like,
You said you wanted to go something that was like super like intelligent, and then you wanted to go like something that was like super
no,
wacky.
yeah, like, I wasn't sure, like, whether it'd be goofy, like, every time you use the one power, but every time you use your one powers, but it has to be from when that you make.
Mm,
So
that's
whether
that's
it's a
actually really
whistle,
solid.
a toot, like that would have been the silly one. But like the tornado one, like that's like where you really got to think about like how you use your powers.
I think another drawback I would give your power is every time you teleport to a new location, you just instantly dab when you get there. Like
Why?
they're gonna call you like Dabadon or something like that. Because
Oh
every
my
when you get
god!
there, you just dab on them like boop.
Like, yeah.
Every time. So let's say, and if you teleport with a group of people, then they instantly dab as well. They do like a mob dab, like boop,
I'm
every time.
done.
Shout out to Frankie and them. That joint
Yeah,
crazy.
that's actually cool. That's an interesting question.
All right, one more quick hit. One more quick hit. Okay.
All right.
Let's do uh what is your grandmother's signature dish? That's a cool one.
Shit. See, okay. Hmm. I probably say, yo, it's between her chicken and dumplings
Mm-hmm.
and the seafood gumbo. The seafood, in fact, no, it's a seafood gumbo because she has to make that like every time somebody like comes down, like when the family all come down, like she makes seafood gumbo that feed everybody. Everybody good.
Shout out to grandmama, cause every time you be down there, I be like, yo, tell mom Dukes I said hi and tell grandmama I said hi. What's up? You probably don't never even tell her, but
They be saying hi too.
they be saying hi
Sometimes,
back.
yeah. Although granted, sometimes like it might be like a few days delay. It's like 3 to 5 business days. But then I remember I'll be like, hey yo, like, oh yeah, you say hey. Like
Like 4 days ago, Twan said, "What's up?" But say
yeah,
hi, mama and
the
grandmama.
message got lost for a minute, but I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I just remember.
I'm glad you do that. Cause I'm looking like, yo, I've been telling you to say hi to them like every time, just out of being polite. And I'm like, yo, she probably will never even tell them I said hi. Like, because I'm trying to work my way to so I can go to the family reunion down there sometimes or get some food. Cause you said grandma got the seafood gumbo. That's on
Yeah.
point. And y'all live in NC or y'all from NC, so it is way different from up here in Baltimore. Like
Yeah.
Can you share with us a little bit about the you and your NC days and how like NC is kind of like different from here in Baltimore?
Well, okay, to say the least, like that Southern hospitality stuff, like I ain't realize how like it's different when like you a part of it and everything. That's just what you expect everybody to do and
Mm-hmm.
shit. And then I come up here in Baltimore, I was just like, that shit, nah, motherfucker's different. Like it's
Yeah.
like, damn, yo, like I was just like, I remember I used to say even in high school, I was just like, hey yo, Baltimore niggas are the most instigating motherfuckers I ever met in my goddamn life, yo. They be on some petty shit. Like I be like, what the fuck? Like I was like, I ain't never seen it. Is it because I'm in high school? Or it is all motherfuckers like this? I was just like, and the Ravens shit had got me. I was just like,
Mm.
y'all too into your team, yo. I ain't
Oh yeah,
never
they
seen
they
no
bump
shit
with the
like
Ravens
this.
up here. Like
Granted,
they like the Ravens
yeah,
heavy.
yeah, but like granted, like it's different because in North Carolina, I don't know who the fuck be like, hey, yeah, go Panthers. Like nobody
Like
give a fuck. Like they might say Tar Heels, yeah, but like I ain't never really heard anybody or saw anybody
that's
have like a
crazy.
fucking Panthers like bumper sticker or something. Like
You telling
I
me
ain't seen none of this.
they bump with the Tar Heels more than they bump with the Panthers down
Tar
there?
Heels and Duke all day, every day, but
Dang,
no Panthers. Like I
no
dead
Panthers.
ass.
Yo, Baltimore is kind of weird because they bump with the it's a weird city because they bump with the Ravens hard, but there's also a good amount of people in Baltimore that just bump with the Steelers, even though like
Yeah, and then you also have your little like Cowboys like groove and stuff too, but like they
some
usually
people
from
bump with
like
the
somebody
Cowboys,
else.
yeah.
They usually from somewhere else.
Yeah, but the thing about like the Ravens fans is the Ravens fans, they be riding with the team. They be riding with the Ravens, like, yeah, go Ravens, yeah, go Ray Lewis and all that. And then when the
Yeah,
Ravens like lose in the fourth quarter, look at bum ass Ravens, yo. I'm sick of these. And it's like, yo,
he's
y'all
like, I'm
know
tired of this, man. Like, damn, like,
like because that's how the Ravens be. Like the Ravens is be consistent, like they a good team. But when it comes to like winning in like the fourth quarter and the end of the game, like the Ravens either gonna like give you a heart attack when it comes to that. They either going like win by a small margin, like by like one play, or they just gonna lose. And then we're like, oh damn, Ravens, like damn, man, we could have made it to the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
damn, we could have made it to the second round. Like, y'all keep
but
fucking up.
like, exactly, but like, yeah, well, that was some bullshit, man. Like, run that, like, I bet you they wouldn't have beaten us at this point, when we were facing
Yeah.
this team and shit, all that stuff and everything. And I was just like, Lord have mercy, like, and then like the whole like Ravens versus Steelers whole thing is like,
Yeah, that
golly,
joint is super
like,
big. Super
and I'm not.
big.
Yeah, and I'm not even into football, but I used to say like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Steelers fan and shit," just to annoy some Ravens fans. I'm dead ass.
That get
Like
underneath that skin like
it
crazy.
do, but see, like man, I was like, I remember one time a Ravens fan almost attacked my mama and shit in a fucking Target. I was like, that is the most
They
ratchet ass
crazy.
shit I ever seen in my goddamn life, and I was just like, "Yep, no, I'm still be saying like, no, fuck Ravens, it's Steelers." And,
Have you
you
have you
know, I
ever
don't even.
have you ever been to a tailgate up here? You ever been
Uh
tailgating? See, you gotta go tailgating. Like my uncle, he used to be a big tailgater. So like, so when you said that like people in Baltimore are not as like hospitable as in NC, like I think it's kind of changed over a while because like in like the late 90s, like early 2000s, people was like hella hospitable. Like it was hella food stamps in the city. So like cookouts and block parties was like
yeah,
plentiful. But like as things like went on, like all those cookouts and block parties and that hospitable nature, like nah. And if you stand in Owens Mills, if you was like staying in Owens Mills at the time, like county people just act very bougie and very different. Like so they act like really bougie compared to people in the city, like because we all live in like the same we all crabs in the same bucket essentially. So we all be
yeah.
like, yo, whatever I got, you got too. But in the county, it's kind of different. I was like, man, like you don't got the newest Jordans and you don't got the sidekick. Okay, you kind of trash. The sidekick was out, but that
Yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah, I can see that shit. Like, there's some stuff like I see like city motherfuckers be shitting on anybody they find out it's from the county and shit and everything. I was just like, damn. But then like I saw like a lot of county motherfuckers was trying to act like if they weren't from like straight up Baltimore, like they were from like fucking New York or some shit. Like they had to be
Mm-hmm.
like from something that was just like more, I guess, like
Like,
cooler and shit. Like where
yeah,
like, oh yeah, I would like I live right around the block. They filmed my fucking street and everything in the wild or something, or whatever. Oh yeah, I'm from like the Bronx or whatever. No, you're not. Stop fucking lying. Like, like it was
it's
always
crazy.
different
Yeah.
shit for both sides, yo. But I was just like, I'm like, but it was a whole group of like people who weren't like born and raised in
In
Baltimore that were
Baltimore.
always everybody. In fact, most of my friend group, even at high school, were not originally from Baltimore
Yeah, it's like
and
it
shit.
can be a big dick contest, like who got the biggest dick. Like I'm from Heights, or I'm from like Brooklyn, or I'm from like a lot of times they either from New York City, or they from like Baltimore, or they from like sometimes people be from Texas, sometimes people be from like Miami, but like it's rare. Like it's rare. But like back in the day, right? So back in the day, me and Ash used to talk like a lot, like around like 2012 ish. That's when you like first started to go
Yeah,
to like NCCU and shit. That was like I think that was like your first semester there, and like boy, that I kind of started college here at the same time. I think we both graduated in 2012. And like, yo,
yeah.
Ash used to have these wild, crazy, dumbass stories about like NCCU, like to the point that I think you said at one point you used to walk around with this big dumbass hunting knife because like the school down there was kind
Oh
of
no,
crazy and shit.
no, you was ripping on me and shit because it was actually a fucking like box cutter and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Like
you
I
did have
would
that
be,
box.
but it was like, look, you see this like I had something that was way longer. Like I'm talking about like shit came out like this, but it was like this big. So I was just like, nah, yo, that's like basically a blade. Like it's not even just a box cutter anymore.
You had that
I
box
can mess
cutter.
somebody up with that. Like nah, like stop playing with me.
You had that box. I thought you had the hunting knife. Yo had the box cutter. I think I said I was going to get you the hunting knife. That's what you was
Yeah, I
like.
was just like, where am I gonna get a knife and shit? Like,
Amazon. That's what I like my first semester in school, and that's kind of what what's going to be the main topic of this podcast is going to be about the college life, like because I think we got like another week. No, at this time of the recording, school is actually going back in section, so I think
yeah,
they're getting the grade school kids ready to go, and I think college have already started back up, but like this is like the perfect time, I guess, to actually put out this episode to record this episode because um, shout out to the people that finally got accepted to whatever colleges that he decided to choose.
hope
Shout
it's
out
your
to
first.
hope, yeah. Shout out to the people that's currently been in college for the past couple of years and on that way out the door. And shout out to the people that graduated and like you're in the workforce like us, working food service jobs for low money. So it's kind of crazy, man. It's kind of crazy. So let's actually talk about college. Like let's actually talk about that. So man, college is filled the college game is completely different than high school. And like
Yeah,
completely different. Cause like,
like,
go ahead,
like I
talk
thought it
to
was
me.
gonna be like high school all over again and shit. Like, you still gonna have like your cliques and stuff like that. Like, you still gotta go to classes and everything, but and like you can still like do more stuff than you did in like high school because like you're older, but like you don't realize how much freedom you have
Boy, you got a lot of
and
freedom.
shit. Yeah, like you really gotta handle your shit. Otherwise, like you're not gonna make it through the semester,
You're not gonna
yo.
make it back, baby. You like
Like no,
that first semester, you be ready to die. Like so college, from what I seen it, it was like it's just a lot of like 360 deals. Like there's a lot of 360 deals, morning classes, online classes, the night joints. You either commute into school or you live on campus and like all the etceteras. And then like Man, I was during my time in college, I was like the commuting king. Like my first college was like 2 hour commute to school, which was
Yeah.
crazy. And then of course, I think Ash time in college, like I think you was in the same dorm as a like a dorm diva, like the
Yeah.
person you was with the first semester. And then of course you had that fucking hunting knife, that box cutter.
Yeah. Look, bruh, I was like, ain't nobody messing with me on college campus. No, sir. Like, like you had to be watching out for mugs sometimes, especially like the college I went to and
Mhm.
shit at NCCU. That was right by like downtown Durham. And I'm not gonna lie, like when you be watching the news, if somebody died or got killed, hit all that stuff and everything, it's in Durham,
In Durham.
Raleigh, Apex, Cary. Like
That's
like
crazy.
it's like yeah, and like even shoot, it was like in the middle of the fucking hood and shit.
What did you
And like
study?
I studied I studied art at that time. I was trying to be like an art major, and I like their art programs suck, yo. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I could have finished that major within like a year and a half with how many classes they actually had. And it was like in an
Mm.
old building with no elevator.
No elevator? Oh,
No elevator because like the school is HBCU, so like it's actually been like over 100 years old.
oh,
And of
damn.
course, like it wasn't in the updated ones, it was in one of the old ones. I had to go up to the third fucking floor through the
You had to take
goddamn
the
steps and
stairs.
shit. I was like, damn, and I gotta lug all this stuff for like drawing and shit. This big
That shit
ass sketch
crazy.
pad.
So, so my first semester, right? So I was at Anne Arundel Community College, right? AACC. So I live in Northwest Baltimore, so I had to commute all the way to Southwest Baltimore, Glen Burnie, to go to school, right? God, I'm so lucky I ain't had to go all the way to like almost to Annapolis for the main campus. But like,
Yeah.
boy, I took culinary arts. So like my whole first semester, I had to get like my chef uniform, my chef hat, my knife kit, my chef shoes. So every time I had cooking classes, I had to lug like at least like 40 to 60 pounds worth of equipment. And I had to make sure like my coat, like my chef uniform was pressed. So I had like the dry cleaner little bag with my shit in. Cause my teachers said like day one, they said, yo, y'all better not pull your coats out of your book bag and it better be ironed and pressed when you get here. And if it's not,
Damn.
it's an iron in the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, get the ironing board out and put some water in that sucker and press the shit. So like I'm looking like, dang, like it's crazy. You get to the subway and then you looking like, fuck, I forgot my shoes. You had to go all the way back to the house and get your shoes just to go back to class, just to go right back to the metro to go back on the get on the train to go to class. Like it was crazy.
Damn. See, I
Man.
couldn't do that commute stuff. I'm glad I was in the dorm. And even then, there be times I'd be like, I ain't feel like getting up. And I got to go all the way across campus. Them shuttles,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'd be trying to catch that shuttle at the right fucking time, yo. If I
Man.
don't, I got to go all the way across, all the way over here. Like,
Oh, you got to take that bop and like you ain't trying to take the bop. You may see some people that you don't want to even see
yeah, because
for
like you be
real.
thinking like, oh, like I'm like right here and stuff like that. Like it's not even going to take that long to like get there, and then like you get too comfortable and you don't wake up to your first three alarms, and then you're like, oh
Dang.
shit, like
I had an alarm every 10 minutes. My shit would go up every 10 minutes. I had like a 4:30 alarm, 4:40, 4:50, 5 o'clock alarm. Cause I was like, yo, I cannot. I had to be my first two semesters. They didn't tell me. My family didn't tell me about morning classes. They told me, take morning classes, you'll be fine. That was the dumbest shit I did. Dumbest shit I did. For my first class, it started at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So it took me 2 hours to get to school.
mm,
So I would have to be out around like 5. And then for culinary, it's always like 1 or 2 classes a semester that you had to be like the sous chef for the class. So you had to get there an hour early to set up the kitchen. But you had to pour the fish, you had to pour all the ingredients and the spices. Oh my
mm.
God. those morning classes damn near killed me. I'm talking about it pitch black in the fall time, cold as shit, raining at like
Oh
5:30 in the
hell
morning.
no, no,
That shit crazy.
no. See,
I
that's the
graduated, but that shit crazy.
yeah, like that's the difference between the commute and like being in the dorms and shit. Cause it like that's why like I didn't mind morning classes because at least like I can do like a couple morning classes and then like by the end like I can have like by like 2 p.m. or something like that, like the rest of the day to myself and shit. And
Right.
that was good. But at the same time though, I didn't want to take no fucking night schools because I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like I'm female and I don't want to be, like out
Outside
and
in this dark,
about,
yeah.
like and it's dark and everything. Cause like, man, shoot, people used to like run through with guns and stuff like that
Oh
through
yeah,
the campus
yeah.
and everything. And then like, you
Niggas
know
be
how like,
running through the box shooting.
yeah,
Start a revolution, catch a body here for heat. Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
it would be true. Like, and then sometimes we had like red alerts where we had to be locked in our like
Yeah,
rooms and
dorm
stuff
rooms,
like
yeah.
that. And like before like people popped up, like police were like there like every other few days and shit.
Oh yeah, I knew him by name. Like, what's up, John? Officer John? Oh, somebody got robbed again. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
but
be being careful with my box cutter. I'm itching to cut somebody with them
heck
Jones.
yeah, I was just like, don't mess with me. I'm not the one today.
Oh man.
No, sir. And sometimes, like, shoot, like, I'll be like, damn, that's up because I'm like, damn, somebody must have got messed up right there over the street.
Damn.
But because it was right by the building where I was going to have class, I ain't got class.
You don't got
So
class, so
I'm
you
going right,
back to the
I'm going
dorm.
right the fuck to sleep.
So what are your thoughts on college? Like what do you think? Is it good? Is it bad? I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. I think college is a sham. You should never go to college. I know I went to college. The only thing good I say is the women. The women are stacked and super pretty and super gorgeous. Like compared to the girls that you're with and that you see in high school, when you go to college, it's like all the pretty girls are there from every
Wait,
nationality. You should go to college. If you're going to go to college just for the women, or if you a girl and you want to go to college just for the dudes, which adult girls do that, but that's the only good reason I can say to go to college.
like, see, that depends on the year, though. I feel
It
like
does. It
too,
probably does.
because like freshman year, like, oh yeah, like you still trying to do like that, like first day of school impression and shit like that. You trying to get your own style and stuff. So you try out new stuff and you trying to like evolve and like people be liking your shit, like, yo, I dig your shit, everything when you get that shit and everything. You already making friends. And it's like, oh yeah, bet.
Mm-hmm.
Like you about to start off good with the college life and everything. But once you hit like about sophomore, especially
Yeah.
junior year, nah, everybody is in motherfucking university hoodies and shit like that, wearing
Mm-hmm.
leggings and Uggs and shit, especially when it get
And
cold and
pajamas
everything.
and
Ain't no,
sweats.
yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody trying to like stun on nobody unless like it's an
At
actual
all.
fucking party or something. Like other than that, like no, I'm just trying to like get through these classes and everything and not fucking pass out
Mm-hmm.
and shit. I don't feel like doing this. I'm just about to. I used to just put the cap on real quick and just put on a hoodie and
Mm-hmm.
just walk the fuck out, yo. Like I did not care.
I said it's three different stages of college, right? You got the novice stage of college, you got the intermediate stage, and then you got the GTFO stage, right? And like we all come into the college game as novices, like we don't know what our class is at, we don't know how to get our books advanced or get our book advanced bigger because books can be like for 4 classes, it can be down at $1,500 for books.
Books are
Like
expensive if you're not getting it from the right place or if you're not buying it from
shit.
like a former student, somebody who already had a class. Because
Mm-hmm.
I remember trying to sell my shit back by the end of the semester and they were just like, oh,
Nah.
like we can't take those back, or like it's just like, oh, it'll be like $7 and everything because they're going on to
Right.
a new
A new
textbook
book.
by
We
the
still had
next
the same
semester.
old
Like,
textbook
hold
though.
up. Why?
What,
Yeah, I'm just like, huh?
what are we
What
doing
the
here?
fuck you mean? And then if you had like a fucking what was it, those fucking lab numbers and shit, like where like
Mm-hmm.
each book had that shit where you had to like log on to something specific online, so that means like the
Yeah.
moment you use that shit, that
You
shit
can't
is
use
not
it
gonna be
again.
worth nothing
That and those
when
books
you
was
try to
like
sell
down
that to
at like
somebody
120.
else.
Them joints was like
Yeah.
120 for the
Hell
books.
yeah. And I was just like, bruh, hold up. Cause I know I still got, hold up.
Them joints was like 120 for the books. Them joints was crazy.
Still, I still got my freaking is this biology? Yeah, this is my human
Yeah. When you
biology.
gotta buy the you
Freaking
gotta buy the binder and you gotta
yes.
put the joints in.
Yes.
Never opened that joint.
And I can never sell this. I was mad than a mug.
And they said they gonna switch it and move into a new book the next semester.
Yeah.
And then when you see niggas from that class, they got the same book. You be looking like you wouldn't even let me sell mine back. Like, what are we doing?
Or like it would be like the same. It basically be like it'll be like, oh, this book is like human biology by such and such 2.8 and everything, and all it is like they adjusted like a few texts and stuff like that, but you still gonna be putting in the same goddamn answers for them goddamn tests in that year and shit. So it's just like, what the
curriculum?
fuck?
You're not changing the curriculum.
Like it was like, what's the difference? Like you still got the same test papers and everything that you're gonna hand to everybody else. Like what is the point in getting like the newest book? Like unless
been using the same test for the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like he photocopied the joint so many times. It's like the black bar is not even a black bar no more. It's like black and white. Like it's old. Like even the photocopy paper is old. And it was like, bro, what are we doing?
I bet you if the shit was on projection and everything and they had to click on a fucking file for the PowerPoint for your class and shit, I bet you that shit will still say 2017 and you taking classes in 2021.
Joint crazy.
The same shit, yo. And I was just like, this shit taking too much of my money.
The intermediate stage is when you got a good handle on it. Like you know how to like schedule your classes and when to pick the times, and you know what time you're gonna have time to chill and what time you're gonna have time to work and some more stuff. I like that stage, but then that's when things are kind of like good and at its finest and it's great. But then when you get to like the GTF, like the get the fuck out of this stage of school, it's like, man, like it's like you went back to the novice stage. You don't know when to book your classes. Everything like conflict with another class, and you trying to do an externship, and like it's always some BS in that stage. So what would you say that was your biggest challenge in each stage? Let's start with the novice stage. What would you say was your biggest challenge that you faced?
Okay, the novice stage, and this is while I was still at NCCU. Like, man, it was the HBCU. I didn't, honestly, to be real, like I didn't get my first, my second, or my third pick in colleges and everything. But like I got some random colleges that hit me up on like, you can come here and everything. You can check out the place and stuff like that. I didn't even check out NCCU because I had already checked the other two places and I was just like, nah. And I think, both of them were in North Carolina too. But because I was trying to like come back to North Carolina, but they were all Christian universities. And like it was like the kind of stuff where like I really had to take a whole intensive Christian theories, all that stuff, biblical Bible study just to be able to graduate. And I did not feel comfortable with that. Not to mention the fact that it was reserved as shit. And there were colleges that were out in the fucking boonies. They were in the boonies. I'm talking like you have to call a taxi and it'll take like 20 minutes before you get to the next Walmart. I was like, oh no. Like I was like, nope. But NCCU, I was just like, okay, right there in Durham and shit, like and everything. And I was just like, and it was closer to where I used to live. So I was just like, bet I'm gonna just go with that. I don't have time to be looking at this place. And when I first got there, I was mad as shit. Because I was just like, hey, yo, why these freshman dorms look like prison cells, yo? I'm seeing like the white painted brick and everything. It's a small ass room with two bunk beds and everything, tile floors. I gotta share showers and toilets with these motherfuckers. It, like, especially freshmen, like, you had to share that shit. And I was like, I gotta get my shower shoes because my my toes not to get fucked up by this
You was in
fungus that's probably
jail.
on
That's
this shit and
crazy.
everything, coming in with the like caddy, the bathroom caddy and shit. Like
Hey
I
yo.
was like, yo, I was not touching these stone walls. I remember I
Oh
was messed
dang.
up. I was drunk as hell. The first time I got drunk, I was drunk and I was going, mm. Like I was wobbling like a mud. But like when I had to take my shower after all that, I was still wobbling, but I sure as shit was not about to lean on that stall. I was like, I'm about to
Hell
fall asleep.
no.
Nope.
These motherfuckers dirty. I would say
Like,
like,
yeah.
man, I would say my biggest challenge in the novice stage that I had was like I was expecting help from my family and friends, but like the help that I
Mm,
received wasn't what I was expecting. So like I was expecting
mm,
like oh my family gonna look out for me and like get me a vehicle or something like that. So I won't have to take these 2 hours commute. But it was like nah, G, like we'll give you like the 5 minute, 10 minute drive to like the metro, but like we're not taking you all the way out Glen Burnie. And it's like, dang, like I really thought this was
dang,
gonna like help me with the commute. And like just the 5 minutes to the metro didn't shave off like no time on my commute.
dang.
Like no
Yeah.
time. That joint still was like long. I was like, dang, like, I need y'all to help me with the second half, not the first half.
Because the
But
MTA is trash, yo. Like, it really is.
yo, they had the
So,
Baltimore Grand Prix and they shut off like they like they literally like drew like a line through the city. So like for me to get to like the light rail to take me to Glen Burnie, I had to walk around the whole like racetrack or like cut through it. I had to do that like for like 3 or 4 days out the week. Like that joint was crazy. So that was like my biggest challenge in the novice phase. What would you say your biggest challenge was in the intermediate stage was?
well, it was like in the intermediate stage, I guess it was like really, and honestly, it was still like a big problem in my novice stage too, that like I wasn't making like the amount of friends that I thought I would and stuff,
Mm,
because I really had to be out there socially and stuff to really make friends
right.
a bit more compared to like in like high school
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Like not everybody's gonna be clicking after like that group project that you gotta be doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And not everybody's even really interested in the class anyways to really be like, oh yeah, like this was cool and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you want to work on this? We can like do study together or something like that. It wasn't really like that and
I feel you.
everything. And then plus I felt like just like the kind of person I still like I was like from high school, like the big anime geek and everything and stuff, like in the
Mm-hmm.
Japanese culture and the anime and the comics and stuff like that. That is not the same shit that everybody was really rocking.
Right. Especially was at
Like
HBCU. Yeah. So
yeah, that's the thing. And it made me feel a type of way. I was just like, I don't want, like, I was just like, damn, why did I have to be at an HBCU? Because I was just like, I'm not the one who's just thinking about, like, smoking and drinking all the fucking time, partying and fucking and shit. Like, it was
crazy
just
thing, if
like,
you go now, then there's a lot more people that's probably with the anime stuff now since it blew up.
yeah, because like now it's like super like mainstream. And like, there was an anime club like
Not in
at the
2012.
spot at like NCCU too, but like I could like all their meetings were on days that I could never join. So it
That's
was
how
just
that shit
like,
is. That shit
yeah, I was
always
just
like
like,
that.
and then if it wasn't that, then like I barely even saw them like just like coming across them over campus. So it was just like shit. Like I made like I was still me and my roommate, my first roommate were like on and off at
Yeah, I
times, but
remember Shorty.
we were still cool. Like that, just me and my roommate in general had a whole bunch of stories, including the first time I ever got drunk. Like I've drank, I can drink. Okay, I've been able to drink for before I got to college and shit, just to prepare myself for college.
Mhm.
But I did
Well,
not
that's
prepare
that's
how I would
toxic.
be
That's toxic.
on,
That go ahead.
like I didn't prepare on how I would be on an empty stomach. That's what really caught me, and I was like,
mm,
and
damn.
it was at a party too. My roommate was dealing with some stuff. I was dealing with some stuff because I didn't feel like I was really part of the party. Really, I wasn't really doing anything, and like wasn't socializing supposed to. Like fuck it, like you know what, college motherfuckers be drinking and shit. Let's
I'm
fucking
a
drink.
pull up.
We chugged the shit, and we was like.
I done fucked up. You know you fucked up,
We
right?
was we was gone. We was still geeking for a while, and then we almost swore off of alcohol after that. That's how
Uh-uh.
bad it was.
That's all.
But
Whew.
but yeah, like it was really just like trying to fit in socially and everything. Cause like I was just like I was used to like all my anime and gaming friends like in high school and everything. And it didn't seem like everybody was like really doing that and stuff. Everybody was trying to like hit up the clubs. I ain't trying to hit up no
Yeah.
clubs. I ain't really fuck with everybody. So I ain't trying to mingle
Mingle
with
with everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
So it was just like yeah, that was what I had for like novice and immediate.
For
But
me, for me,
yeah.
my the biggest challenge in my intermediate phase like um was like my family and friends was questioning like my decisions and my judgment. Cause it was like,
Mm,
you know, why you only taking the amount of classes you taking, or why you picking these times and stuff like that. And like during that time, they just constantly did that. Like it was like, you know, why you're not taking morning classes? Like why you're not taking 15 credits? Why you're not taking 18 credits? And it's like, man, like my first 2 semesters, like I was kind of listening to y'all with the morning classes and this, and that, and I was waking up 4:30 in the morning, and like it was a lot of BS. So I was like, nah, like I tried listening to y'all. Like I'm gonna try to do what I need to do to be successful. And then it started working. Like I started taking 6:30 to 9 o'clock classes that you know what, I might not make it. I gotta catch the last train home. But it's like, man, I can leave out at like 4:30, get to school at 6:30 and be fine. Like when I started
mm-hmm.
doing my own thing and making my own decision, it worked. But like my family and my friends, they started like really like questioning, like, yo, you should be doing it like this. You should do it like that. Back in the day, we did it like this. And it's like, I hear you, fam, but Najee.
Yeah, yeah, that's like a tough spot because I think like middle towards the end of like everything, if you graduate and stuff, like you kind of start questioning like, is this really worth it?
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. There's so many things like I'm pretty sure like there's so many things you feel like you could do better. Like even I like ended up switching majors. I wasn't even
Yeah.
sure if I was really gonna be in art at first, and then like I just kind of fell out of it. Like trying to take these classes and trying to pass. Like my struggle towards the end was trying to pass because
Yeah.
I was like I couldn't really keep focus. Like some of this stuff, like I was just like I can't be doing all these like 10-page fucking essays on shit and
She.
everything. I was just like, I don't know how people be bullshitting it because I was only able to bullshit it once for art history. And I was really proud of myself then, but that used up all my energy and I could never
Mm-mm-mm.
do that. And I was procrastinating and just stuck most of the time for assignments, unless it was like something I really knew.
And I graduated twice. I got my associate's degree and then I got my bachelor's. So when I was entering like the home stretch, like the get the fuck out of this stage of my like associate's degree, I was kind of like through with cooking. I was like, yo, this cooking shit is not for me. I'm looking like everybody that I'm in class with, they Caucasian, and then they know how to make these awesome like, you know, Cajun dishes, like white people inspired dishes. And I'm like, man, I'm just a kid from Baltimore City, like who know fried chicken and baked macaroni and cheese, and like we making patty shoes and this and that. And I'm looking like, dang, like I feel kind of like out of place here. And I was like, man, like I just want to get this shit over with, and I'm glad I stuck with it. Like my last semester, I think my 2015 semester, but I was like, yo, I can't wait to move on and go to Towson and do some video production, something that I'm kind of like fucking with and enjoying. And like when I did the video production and I switched to that, I had way more fun. But even in the home stretch of that, like anything that can go wrong. Like social
Mm,
relationships, like your social life. It's so many distractions. Your girlfriend bugging, your family bugging, that shit crazy. And then like you be stressing about your money situation. You got grants running out or about to run out. Waivers about to run out. You looking like, damn, like your job needs you to work more hours there, and you looking like, what the fuck, like that shit.
yeah.
That shit all happen when you trying to finish up your degree. Like you looking like, damn, like this some bullshit. And it always hits you like in the home stretch. Always. Always.
Yeah, like it's that was getting to me a lot. And I was just like, I'm still not even sure what I want to do. I was just like, I already put this time in art and everything, and me switching schools and stuff. Like, I was just like, I'm not even sure if I want to do this anymore, because I feel like I'm just not getting this. Like, I can't even level up as much as I want to with drawing. I was just like, you know what? Bump this. Like, I was not feeling that. And then it was just like trying to like, I was on probation for a moment because I was not getting those grades up.
And that's why I was about to ask you what type of student you was in college, and what did you have to do to make it out? Because I had to do a lot of unspeakable stuff to make it out of college. Like, I'm not saying that I plagiarized a couple of times, but I'm just
Oh
saying,
shoot.
I'm not saying I plagiarized a couple of times, but I'm just saying, like, yo, 11:59 deadlines, and you doing 7 to 10 page papers about some bullshit that you're not even interested in. Like, something gonna get copied and pasted and rearranged. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like, well, in CCU I could get away with that and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I think just about everybody was doing that, and nobody was really looking too much into it. So it was just like, yeah, I was able to get away with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I switched schools, and it was a predominantly white school, oh no, they were checking.
They was on it. They was putting it in the
They
website at that point.
they were on that shit. Yeah, they put it through the website and see like what stuff, like it's just like, oh yeah, you like this site and everything, you didn't code it like the way you're supposed to. You're supposed to do it like this. And I didn't even get that shit to begin with. I was just like, look, I'm just like trying to type this up.
It was
I'm
like
trying to repeat this
it was like
multiple
10 different
times.
ways to quote the shit, or it was like 10
Yeah,
different formats to put the works cited page in. You just
yeah,
like,
and I'm
the
trying to make the
fuck?
font bigger and stuff like that a little bit so it can stretch down to the end of the page and shit, like change the margin. So like I ain't had to put too much
Or use a bunch
and
of small
stuff.
words to
And
kind of like,
yeah, like it was like, because I was just like, look, like I can't be doing no essay of like 10 pages on like the same shit. Like it seemed like I can't, like talking about it or doing like a speech or something about that or something like that is different.
it's
But
different.
like
Yeah.
having to type that up and stuff, like I was just like, what the fuck I look like? Like I already made my point. Why what more do you need? Like this is like, I'm
Right.
not trying to make an autobiography or a biography about such and such and everything, or why this thing works with this and stuff. And
I don't
I
know
was
why
just
they
like,
didn't make the paper shorter. Like, they should make the paper shorter, but they wanted long, drawn out papers like for no reason. I'm just
yeah.
saying,
I was
like,
like,
dang, you about to read, it's 20 people, 25 people in class, and then you want everybody to do 10-page papers a piece. So you about to read 250 pages of the same topic, like the same shit.
yeah, I was just like, what? And like, just like that, like trying to think of like what the freak to even write. I would be like staring at my laptop for like hours, and like watching like a YouTube video or like 15 and stuff, and then like go back to it. And I'm just like, I still ain't got nothing. Take a freaking nap because like shit's like just stressing
It's
me
just
out. And then
stressful,
by the time
yeah.
I still gotta wake up like at like 5 something, put at least like 2 pages down and everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
if it's like 7 pages they asking, I'm put fives.
You gotta put
Like
five, yeah.
and like it's just gonna be like it is what it is and
And
shit. And like
take
still
the what they normally drop you one letter grade because your paper not long enough or something like that.
yeah.
I'll eat that.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, shoot, I'll take that as long as like I can like complete assignments, because missing assignments hurt my grade more than
Yeah.
anything and shit. So I was just like, nah, I gotta get that shit in. And then I had to go all the way. It'd be like 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta print this shit out and everything. And I basically get everything done just an hour before
Before
I
you gotta
start
go to
that
class.
class.
And
And
that's why
I
you
gotta
gotta
turn
have
it
those
in.
night classes. That's why you gotta have those night classes. You got from 6:30, you got from 9:30 when you leave the class all the way until like 4:30 before you gotta leave the house and then commute to school to finish your paper. So you be putting the finishing touches on it while you walking in the building. For me, college, like high school was kind of easy for me. Like, I was like smart, but I was lazy. I was like really on my Shikamaru Nara shit back then. But then like college was kind of different because like the majority of my classes was practical classes. Like was you gotta like cut up tomatoes and julienne peppers and dice this. It was a lot
Yeah.
of like, or you got fillet fish, or you gotta break down the chicken, or you gotta identify herbs. Like, and that's just the cooking stuff. And then the video production stuff was you gotta like make an audio podcast or something like that, or you had to record music, or you had to edit some film together, or you had to shoot something, or you had to write a skit, or you had to write a play. So like it's like dang, um the majority of the time spending commuting is what I did my work, because I didn't have time to just sit down at home and work on my stuff, and I didn't have time to sit and chill at school because it's like it was taking me 2 hours to get the fuck home. I don't want to be staying out here until 10 o'clock and then leaving, or 6 o'clock and then leaving, and not making it home until 8 9. So
Mm-hmm.
I really had to learn how to do a lot of my stuff like on my phone. Like think about, okay, this is probably what I'm gonna write about. I draft it up on my phone, and then like when I get home or when I have my off day for the week, I'll just hurry up and work on my paper, because I couldn't do no work on the weekend because I had two doubles. I was at
Mm.
the restaurant from 10 a.m. to 11:30,
Damn.
getting home at 12:30. And then on Sunday, I was at the restaurant from 10 to 10:30, and I was getting home at 11:30. So it was like, and I had no break at work. It wasn't like, yo, I got to type up this paper or read this book at work on the line. Like, nah, it's like, Twan, you need to make those 5 pizzas and those 3 burgers and make that big pot of American chili. So I was like, damn. Like, so I had to make it work. I ain't saying I'm plagiarized, but like I did learn the recipe of like how to like put together a nice little paper. Introduction, history, do the whole history from the event, that from the beginning of it to current date. That's 2 papers right there. Like, yo, you
Mm,
repeating all the
mm,
shit I already
mm.
know. Oh, my bad, G. I just had to give you the history before I could talk about it. Talk about the body. You know what I think about this subject? That's my fourth paragraph. What I think about it, the reflection, and then the closing is
Yo,
repeating the first shit I said in the introduction, and that's it. Works cited. You out of there, baby.
damn.
I had to mess with it.
Yeah, I wish, yo, like our like my class is like straight up just like you guys study. In fact, you like you realize at a certain point, like you have to see like what kind of teacher you really have for certain classes and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like whether like they're the type of one like whatever is on that PowerPoint, and if they actually share that PowerPoint with you, like outside of class and everything, that's basically your cheat sheet for every test you get.
Just follow the
So it's just like
PowerPoint.
I
I bumped with them because they
yeah,
were
like
looking out for your boy. Shout out to them.
they yeah, like they were easy. It's just like I just gotta make sure that I take my notes or I at least check like the PowerPoints and everything for the test and I can still pass and shit like that. Like I bet. Like I even did that like 3 days, 2 days, even a night prior to a test and everything when I wasn't even really paying attention. Like
And you pass, but you
yeah, and
do
I
got
still
them bands.
passed.
You do got those teachers that like they be looking like, let's follow the PowerPoint, you be straight. And then like when you get the test, everything on the test is stuff that wasn't in the PowerPoint. You be looking like, bro, like when we learn this.
See, I didn't have to deal with that. It was more so the fact that like they they expect you to like they'll it would be like you like they have their PowerPoint, but they do more so talking than anything. And it's like
Oh
you really have to
yeah,
listen to like see like what's going on. You cannot miss that class because
you got to
even if
take
you get
notes.
the
Yeah.
PowerPoint for that day, you still they still gonna be telling you more. And then like it'll be like on those tests, it's not just multiple choice. You gotta actually explain like how and why such and such happened with this and everything and stuff like that, or why you believe this works.
Mm-hmm.
And
Got
I'd be like,
it's so important. It's so important. Like the day one, because I had to learn that like maybe like my second semester, third semester, day one when I come to class, like I'm parking like in the front row. I used to sit in the back, but I'm like sitting in the front or the middle row, and like whoever to the left or right of me, I'd be like, yo, let me get your number, yo, just in case I miss class. I need you to get your notes, like your handwritten notes, not the shit that's in the PowerPoint, but your handwritten notes. Because sometimes people don't teachers like you said they don't they put stuff that they talked about in the test as questions and not the shit on the paper. And I was
Yeah.
like, if I'm here and you're not here, cause it be happening like that, I got you with the notes. I said, you might not be able to read my notes, but it's better than having nothing. And like every class that I had, I did that. Every like regular lecture
Oh,
class.
shoot.
Now cooking classes is different. Like
Mm-hmm.
cooking classes, culinary classes is crazy, yo. Like people like they'll like mess up their sides, like they'll burn their sides, burn their carrots, burn their mashed potatoes, and be like, yo, bro, like
Dang.
I fucked up my sides. Like, can I borrow some of yours? And I got like a big pot or big saute pan. Like, yeah, sure, you can have some of my sides, no problem. But then one time, somebody like, yo, I fucked up my dish, yo. Can I borrow something? Can I borrow some of your food? I'm like, yeah, yo, you can have some of the sides. It was like an unwritten rule. Like, yo, if you fuck up your sides, bro, like you can come over here and get some mashed potatoes or get some maple glazed carrots or something like that. Or you fucked your sauce up, yo, you can get some of my hollandaise sauce. It's cool. This
Yeah.
one time, this motherfucker like I presented my dish to my instructor because like once you finish cooking your thing, we cook grilled salmon or something like that. Your teacher's like, bring it up here to present it to me. You bring your plate up there with your grilled salmon on it, and then your risotto, and then your potatoes, and the teacher look at it and like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, you kind of like overcooked the salmon a little bit, or your green beans is like Asian green beans, they too you ain't blanch them long enough. But all in all, like you did a pretty good, decent job. Go eat lunch. Well, you can eat it for lunch. Okay, chef, cool. I'm gonna go eat this joint to lunch. My salmon was cool. My green beans was Asian green beans, and then my risotto was all right. Okay, cool. I go back to my station in the back. Yo, I fucked up my shit. Yo, can I use some of your food to present? Like, yeah, yo, cool. This motherfucker grabbed my whole salmon off the top of my shit. Like the side, we normally just take sides. This nigga took my whole salmon and shit.
Yeah.
Went up there and presented my salmon, and then like and got a better grade than me. And the teacher, yo, the salmon is cooked perfectly. Like that joint's hard, and that's good, and that's good. Great job. And then came back to my shit. And I'm
Yo.
looking like when I went up there, he said my shit was like wasn't right. When you took my shit up there, he said my shit was on point. I was like, yo, that shit was crazy, yo.
Oh no.
Or
Oh.
that happened one time, and then one time, like somebody was grilling that chicken on the stove, right? On the grill. They was grilling that chicken on the grill, and like another classmate, like moved that chicken. Like they moved that chicken. They was supposed to put the cross hatches. They moved that chicken. So instead of having like the perfect square diamonds, they had like
Mm-hmm.
parallel lines on both sides and didn't do it right. So like
Ooh.
when that person went to go present that chicken, they got points deducted because it wasn't like grilled the right way as far as its presentation is concerned. So Shorty was mad for the rest of the semester. Like, yo, you moved my motherfucking chicken, and my chicken got docked. I got bad points for that. And
Damn.
like, dang, like I was like, yo, don't move nobody motherfucking chicken, yo. If somebody's stuff sauce is burning, yo, just let it go. Like
Yeah.
that shit used to be crazy, Ash. I'm telling you, it was fun, but it
Damn.
used to be crazy. Don't go to culinary
Yo.
school. Like, don't do it.
Almost like on some Shokugeki, Soba
Yo, that's
shit.
exactly how it is. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly how it is. Like when that's why I fucks with Food Wars so much. Cause I'm looking like, yo, this is like
Yeah.
culinary school all over again. You come in, it just the day was way nicer. Like those people was way nicer. You come in, you come into the kitchen, right? And you have a front side of the kitchen where the office is, and the instructor normally pace up and down that side, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
work on the front tables, every instructor can see what you're working on. They can see what you cook and what you're working on. Then you got the back side of the kitchen where it's the dish sink, it's the pots and the pans, and then it's like a tilt skillet, and then it's like 4 stations on the backside. So everybody love to rush in and like set up on the backside because the teacher don't look at your station as much.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a station all the way in the corner by the dishwasher where everybody like to set up at because it's right by the dishes. You can drop your dishes real easy, and like your teacher will never go back there. That first table, whoever set up that first table, yo, that teacher is just you getting critiqued and everything. And the chef,
Yeah.
he'll walk
Mm-mm.
over to your table, and that shit used to be annoying. He'll walk over to your table while you sauteing something on the stovetop, and like he'll be in your peripherals. He'll be like right over your shoulder, and you be sauteing, and you be looking over your shoulder like, and like you'll stop like shuffling it so much, and you looking like, yo, did I do something wrong? And he like, nah.
Mhm.
He's like, nah, you good. And just still be staring at you. I'm like, motherfucker, like how I'm supposed to cook?
Like,
You
right,
on my
like,
you on my motherfucking back. Like this shit crazy. So it used to be hilarious, but yeah, college is something crazy. Um,
mhm.
so how was your interactions with your family, the students, the coworkers, the teachers, like during your time in college? I didn't make many friends because of commuting. So yeah.
I would say, like, within like the first 2 years or whatever, honestly, even within the first 3 years, it was, I wasn't really like in NCCU, it was, of course, like towards like the end and everything. I probably say like towards like the next year, like my sophomore year, I was just like, oh yeah, like I guess I still got people to talk to, but it was mostly my roommate and like um my next door neighbor and shit like that at the time back in the dorms and stuff like that.
Mm,
I be hanging out over at her place a lot and stuff. And then we end up like moving into the same dorm again. We were in roommates, but like we would just like every now and again, like we just like hang out and stuff like that. So like I at least made like a few like good friends and stuff like that there that I can at least chill with from time to time. But like I wasn't make I ain't know too many people and shit. Like I was watching everybody else's drama going on, like with the typical college
hey,
shit, but
yep.
that shit was not me. I was like, couldn't be me, yo. Like,
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me
oh,
though.
like exactly. Be like, oh, you fucking him, but he's fucking other people too.
Damn.
Y'all got condoms, right? No con,
No condom? Ah,
no
damn.
condom.
That shit
Yo, you
crazy.
gonna catch something. I ain't trying. I ain't trying.
Something creep up on
Yo,
your ass.
next thing
Damn.
you know, man, damn, you got a UTI.
That COVID shit spreading around the college like
Damn, the
wildfire.
clap, yo. Like, yeah, I was like, oh my God, like I can't. I was just like, mm-mm. Like I ain't want to be a part of that. So I was just like, yo. In fact, at that time, like at the start, I was catching up on a lot of shows,
A lot of
and
shows, but
I
you
was
didn't
renting a
want to run the
lot of
risk.
DVDs for the library and stuff like that. I was catching up on a lot of shit on my own. I caught up with the whole Saw series. I had never watched Death Note until like college and everything. My ass ended
Damn.
up getting the whole Death Note. Like afterwards, I was like, "Yo, this anime is the shit. How come I didn't start this sooner?" I was catching up on a lot of stuff,
Shit.
and I was still like keeping contact with like
All
my
your high school
mom,
people. Oh, Mom Dukes.
my
Shout out to Mom
grandma,
Dukes.
yeah, my high school friends and stuff like that and everything. So like it at least that like from there I was just like if I'm not making that many friends in college, like at least like I can still talk to
Talk
my
to
old
some people,
friends
yeah.
and stuff like that. And then I at NCCU I was able to see my family like every other weekend. Like I was at my
Oh yeah,
grandma's
you
like back in
was
my old
going to
spot.
grandma like every other weekend. I remember that.
Yeah, so it was just like, yeah, like I could take like a break and stuff like that. I make sure like none of my I make sure like my room, my side of the dorm room and everything was spotless though, because I was just like, if there's any creases on my bed sheets, I'ma know you fucking
In my
around on my
bed.
bed. Don't be fucking around on my goddamn bed. You ain't got no business being on my bed. Your friends when they come over, they ain't got no business sitting on my motherfucking bed. Is not my bed is not no makeshift couch, bitch. Like, nah, like I
Yo,
don't want to
that's
see
crazy.
one thing out of place when I get back. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to fuck somebody up.
With the
Like,
box cutter. She got the box cutter.
yeah, I was just like, no, like I'm not playing these games, yo.
You'll be the
But
box
like,
ghost of a Danny Phantom.
I'm about-
The box ghost, yeah.
yo,
The
bruh,
box ghost. Yeah. Shit
nah,
crazy.
I was just like, I was just like, that was one thing I was making sure, like, you don't mess with my stuff. In fact, my refrigerator even had a lock.
Damn.
So, like, you cannot even get to my food. Ain't nobody just gonna be eating up my food while I'm gone.
See, I didn't have any many friends from school, especially culinary school. I didn't. But like after a while, like my teachers started to respect me because they was like, dang, bro, you coming 2 hours from Baltimore? Like, yeah, 'cause I was there like always like an hour before class start. And they looked
Damn.
out for me though. I gotta say my teachers, I think Chef Harlem, Chef Johnson, they looked out for me because like since I was there early, they was like, well, you know what? If you want to put your station in the kitchen, you could do that. And I was like, dang, I can actually set up on the back table that I want to do and hide, or I can set up at the good station where I can like make my little steam table that nobody like to set up. Okay, I'm gonna set up there. And then like they also was like handing me extra credit. They'd be like, yo, we need 20 flounders filleted and we need the bones turned into stock. Like anybody trying to do that? And I'd be looking like, yo, I'll do it. And it was like, well, we will give you some extra credit for it. Like,
Hey.
how many points? They didn't even tell me, like, we're gonna give you this many. I said, you don't even have to tell me how many points extra credit. I don't even know how many points extra credit I got. I just know like by like the end of my time near, like my filet and fish game was like on point. My French and like the rack of lambs and stuff was on point. Like I get like every ounce of meat off the bone and like some more stuff. And like people was like, dang, like, yo, how you nice? So nice. And it's like, yo, they normally like have like a bunch of fish or chicken or something that need to be broke down. And they like, yo, will you be willing to do it? Yeah, give me the extra credit. But doing Towson, like I took video production, but the video
Mm-hmm.
production teachers was like kind of boring in a way. The audio
Damn.
production teachers, they was solid. They was giving me like, yo, this is how you make your mix sound better. Oh, you down there rapping? Oh, I make music on my free time too. Like they'll give me the recipe, like, yo, you need to go to this studio or you need to go on this day and do this and add reverb to your shit. Like they was really like giving me the jewels. And it was probably like one or two people that I fucked with at Towson. My homeboy Riley. This is my designated film partner. Like every class, I walk into the big lecture hall and I see him all the way in the back on the right side. And the
Mm-hmm.
moment I get in there, he see me walk in and he look at me like, okay. I was like, we partners, us two? He like, yeah, yo, we partners. Every semester we was in the same film class, film theory class, whatever. And we had a group project. It was already established. We partners. Cause it was a lot of fuck shit. You already know how college group projects be. It'd be a lot of fuck shit. A, a lot of fuck shit. So like I used to dap my man up. I'd be like, yo, what movies you been watching? He said, yo, this is my watch list. So you got to check these joints out. I'd be looking like, oh shit, like these kind of dope. You need to check these joints out. Like he like, oh, this shit is kind of dope too, Twan. And like we always was partners. Like that's still my man's. I actually the first short film I actually did sound for was his short film. It's called Repeat Customers, and
Okay.
it's on my profile. It's on my portfolio. I did all the sound for his. I actually did sound for two of his short films. Um, the second short film was called Lightning, and he actually invited me to his house, like to stay with his parents and his father and his sister, and like that shit was cool. Like I slept in the basement. They put me up for the whole weekend. They gave me as much coffee as I wanted to. They
Hey.
fed me. They was like, you want some wine? You want some beer? You want some liquor? We got some. I was like, nah, fam. I just take the coffee, but I appreciate the hospitality. Like that shit was crazy. But that's the only person that like I gotta say I really fuck with in my college years.
Mm.
My coworkers, they was off the hook. Like my coworkers was off the hook because I worked the whole time during college. I don't. Did you work during your time in college, or you just mostly just chill?
I was like, hell no. Like, I'm already stressing about school and classes and shit. Ain't no way I can fit in a part-time job in this stuff. I mean, it would have helped like big time as far as like
Mm-hmm.
money towards tuition. Cause and like I think a year and a half in, or maybe like a year in, had to take out a loan
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So like, and I'm still paying for that shit now.
Yeah, that shit
Like,
very
man, that's
costly.
the shit right there that like honestly had me be like, hey yo, college is not fucking worth it to be worrying about this shit later on. But like I was just like, nah, I couldn't do like a part-time job. I knew some people who did, like my roommate and best friend, like Kim, like she was like part-time and
Mm-hmm.
stuff and everything, doing that from time to time and still had to go in for like theater and
Oh
stuff too.
yeah.
Yeah, so like she had to be there to like help set up or act or whatever and stuff. I was just like I can't. I was just like you do you way better than me because I'm just like I can't. But
I ain't had no social life. I ain't had no social life, but there was so much
yeah,
wild shit happening in that kitchen with the fellas. Like there was people quitting, bullshit, people fighting over wings in there. Like y'all think it's fighting over barbecue wings? Like people fighting
damn,
over barbecue wings, like people getting cussed out, people coming in drunk, smoked out. I was in there selling Newport cigarettes at one point at the job. Didn't even smoke cigarettes. Like my grandmother was like, "Why are you smoking
damn,
cigarettes now?" I said, "I don't even smoke, grandma. I just buy the loose ones because I can sell them for $1 at the job. You know, I'm taxing." My grandmother looking at me crazy, like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, I'm looking like, "Yo,
damn,
I don't have no social life, no college social life, so like, I have all my fun at work, and like that shit was just kind of crazy the whole time. Worked the same job through, well, all the way through college until my last semester. I got a new job somewhere else. Like,
mm,
but it was fun. It was interesting. Would you what would be some let's wrap on this. What would be some advice you'll give new college students to kind of
I
help them like be
would
successful and navigate the college game?
I would say two things.
Mm-hmm.
One is don't fucking go. Don't fucking go unless it's really to I probably say unless you really know that you have to get a degree, like say like if you have to work on a master's or something like that, or do graduate school or like some like yeah, like the lawyer stuff, the nurse stuff and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and whatever business stuff and everything, whatever can get you an internship. Yeah, okay, cool. But other than that, if you don't know what you want to do and you just going because you feel like everybody has to get a degree, it's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like,
true.
yeah, like I was realizing that too because I was even having some hard times from times like in high school. So I was just like, what the fuck made me expect that I was going to be doing any better in college?
Mhm. And that's why I didn't
So
do nothing book wise. Even though I was good at the book work, that's why I didn't do nothing book wise. I did everything practical. The video
yeah,
production and the cooking was practical.
yeah, like, and it's just like, like you don't, I probably say the best thing probably going is like if you already started a job and everything and they require that stuff, like you can always get like that experience first. And then if they require like a higher degree or something like that, whatever, you can just go back to school and stuff and get that and go straight through. Like, don't like just go through like a trade school or whatever, something specific so you can get in and out in like 2.5 years, three if
Mm-hmm.
you do like a long internship or something like that. But that's really it. But then the other thing would probably be definitely study abroad
Yeah.
because a lot of schools do be having like good like programs and stuff, and they help you with like as far as like how you to pay that off. Sometimes you just really just paying through like the tuition, or like you just pay like a certain amount and then you good, like you there for like a month, a year and stuff like that. And like the prices differ depending on where you going and stuff like that. And at school you gotta check it out first
Because
and
you
stuff.
actually
But
studied abroad for a short time.
yeah, I went to Japan. Like I wanted to go so freaking bad. And I wish I could have done like a whole year there. I was only able to do like a short month summer program and everything. And that was just like before I started going into my senior year. But it was a lot of fun. Like
Mm.
it was like different stuff, and like you meeting people from like all over the place. Like there was like a lot of like Thai students there, Chinese students there. Like there was like I think it was only like five of us and everything, like five Americans and everything, and then everybody else is from somewhere else, and we all like exchanging different cultures and ideas and stuff like that and everything. Everybody's able to get along, and then you still like just like sometimes it's just like, hey, like you want to go to like this spot like we found and everything. We took people to like a soba spot we found like right around, like
Mm.
right in the
Mm.
block and everything and stuff, and everybody's just chilling and cool and stuff. It was it was nice, and you still go on trips and everything. And if you want to like linger around and do your own stuff, you can. You still have time to explore. And like usually, I don't think unless like you're doing like a really extended program, like you don't really have to worry too much in classes. At least like mine was short, so like it wasn't like too big and everything. Like even a beginner, somebody who didn't even know Japanese, could like actually like pass those classes.
I had the option during my culinary school to travel abroad, and I didn't, and that's why I fucked up at, because I was like, dang, like they want $5,000, $6,000 to go to Italy, for like I think it was like a couple weeks or something like that, or a month, and I was like, man, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't got
like
the money at the time, and I was like, man, I can't do that, and like if I would have knew what I know then, like if I knew that I would have accumulated as much money as I accumulated, like going past that time, I would have like, dang, the $5,000, $6,000 to go was a drop in the bucket. And like I would have been able to work at someone else's restaurant out in Italy, and for 2 weeks, 3 weeks and stuff like that, and get the experience. And like the chefs, they was the ones that mentioned, they actually approached me, and that's very rare. Like they actually like, yo, why you not going to Italy? Like why you not doing the travel abroad program? And I was like, I don't know, chef. I'm like, yo, you should do it. Like you're solid. And I was like, man, I don't got this cooking skills. I'm not even the best cook here. I'm not even at the top of my class, let alone the middle of my class. Like, you sure I should be going to Italy? Like this black guy should be going there? Like, what are we doing? But hey, that was a missed opportunity, huge missed opportunity. I wish if I could go back and do it again, I will most definitely go. Like
yeah,
shit.
like because like you don't know, like it was like it do sound like a lot and everything just to be able to go and stuff, but like you're not really considering like how much the school would be accommodating you and stuff like that. Like you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
worry about staying at no hotel and paying for that and stuff like that. Like all that is like inclusive in like the dorm you staying in. Like they make sure like you stay because like they can't have no international issues and stuff like that, and it's still school. So like they take care of you and stuff like that. They make sure you're good. They make sure you have a mentor just in case like you got to get through culture shock, or you just trying to like adjust to like taking the classes and schedules there and stuff like that and everything. You still like they still have programs, so you get to know like the area and the culture and stuff like that. So like that, like, and then like you just basically have like extra money later and everything to like be able to do stuff whenever you're like free. Like I knew, whoop, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to say my phone about to die. But yeah, I knew like probably like by the time I got out of college, there was probably a very low chance of me actually being able to get that money to be able to pay for everything myself, to be able to go out like across the waters and stuff like that and be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, shoot, the school got me, then
Shit, I'm gonna
I
do it. And
yeah.
my advice for new college students will be like, okay, work at a pace that you can keep up with, because like I said, like your family, your friends, whoever, your advisors, they're gonna tell you to like, okay, take 18 classes, take morning classes, take night classes, take online classes. Like that sound cool, but like not everybody is different. So work at a place that you know you're gonna keep up with. And like when you first start out college, there's a lot of stuff you don't know. You don't know about classes, you don't know about financial aid, you don't know about this. So the easiest way to find it, and you could take this with you into life as well, it's like you call the number, or you call the person, you call the department, and you just introduce yourself. Like, hey, my name is Riley Escobar. I'm a sophomore. This is my ID number, and I was wondering like, how could I get an extension on my book advance? Like, who do I need to talk to? And like, you'd be surprised, even if you called like you could call administration, they'd be like, oh, we're gonna patch you through the bookstore, or we're gonna patch you through financial aid. You gotta talk to Brenda. And not just with college, but it can also be with like whatever college institution that's giving you a grant. Like the state of Maryland was giving me a grant, so sometimes I have to call them. Sometimes like the foster care scholarship program I was in, I had to call them, and I don't know who to talk to. So just introduce your name, your ID, or what level you is, what age you is, what class you in, and just tell them your question, and like they'll just patch you through to whoever is in charge, and you can just take that with you throughout life. They'll point you in the right direction. So, because it can be very scary and it's very daunting, and the easiest thing to do and say is like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to let it rock, and you'll be fucked. So like once you get over that
Mm.
shyness, you'll be straight going forward. But that's the one advice I would give a new college student, and make sure like make sure you own it. Like make sure you own it. There's a lot of work. Your teachers do not prepare you for it. Your parents do not prepare you for it. College prep class do not
Mhm.
prepare you for it, because it's not just book work. It's not just book work. It's not just new. It's not just life skills. Like it's a combination of everything. It's personal. Is life skills. Is education. Is it's a lot of stuff. It's
Yeah.
relationships. It's a lot of
Time
stuff.
management.
Time management, accountability is so much stuff that is just involved in the college experience that they don't cover everything. We wasn't even able to cover everything through the course
Yeah.
of this podcast. So we might have to bring Ash back out, my sweetest taboo, the sweetest girl I ever knew, back out to do maybe like a part two on college, or if y'all want a specific area that you want us to kind of like expand upon, then we can do that. But
Yeah,
this
I don't
is
mind that.
but this is the Just
Yeah.
Ended podcast. I'm your host Riley Escobar, and I'm chilling with my sweetest taboo, the sweetest girl I ever knew.
This is Ash. I was say like I gotta come up with a whole tag one day and stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
got
got plenty
I
of
need a
time.
whole persona. Like I need a whole TV persona. I'll be ready for it. I'm working on it.
Kurama, Ash Blossom, Smoking Ash. What you want to do? Ash the goddess. We got alias for days for you. Like
Look, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. There's a lot.
rum
And
rum
it depends on
rum
my mood
chata,
sometimes.
aka rum chata. Like what we
I'm
doing?
tired. Look, I'm gonna get back to you. Like next time, I'm gonna get back to you on that one.
And guys, this is the end of the episode 1 of the Just Send It podcast with Riley Escobar, and of course our special guest for the evening, my sweetest taboo, Ash Blossom. Uh, like I said before, the Just Send It podcast is a podcast created to change perspectives, explore new concept, and just provide y'all with that timeless conversation. The whole purpose and the name of the podcast is for y'all to just send it. Don't get in your own way, and just like that risky text at 2 o'clock in the morning to Shorty, sometimes you just gotta just send it and see what type of blessings you get in return. So, other than that, guys, until the next episode, we
All
out.
right, tune in for the next one.
Uh, I wonder if I'm going to create a outro for this or some outro music. Hopefully, I'll make some outro music. So,
Yeah.
cue outro music, please, Twan.